Hello and welcome back to Heartland Junction. Today we're opening up our third and final Rapido mystery box for 2025. This one is going to be a platinum box and hoping we're going to get something good. You can see it sitting there on the table behind me off to my right. I've seen a lot of people opening these, mostly the platinum boxes, which is what I got this time because I wanted to get the DCC locomotive. A lot of people have been getting, was it the H16, something like that, or the E8. So I'd be happy with either one of those, but maybe we'll get lucky and get something even crazier. So let's find out. All right, folks, here we are, our third and final Rapido mystery box. Let's go ahead and see what we got. This one, like I said in the intro there, is the platinum box. So we're going to be getting a DCC sound locomotive, another hat at a minimum. A lot of these I've seen usually come with one or two freight cars as well. You get the Rapido drinking glass, which did not come in the other boxes. And another menorah chocolate and sticker, I'm sure. Interestingly, this box, well, it is the same size as the silver box and the N-scale box. This one didn't have the Rapido sticker on it. The Christmas mystery box sticker. I don't know, just like the third or fourth run that they've put out. They've sold out several times, so. Alright. Now about the shipping invoice here. Okay. Set that aside and let's see what we got here. Alright, so right away let's go ahead and grab the glass out. If you've seen any of these box openings, you will have seen this by now, but this is my first time seeing it in person, so we're going to go and open it up. There it is. Rapido trains. It's a very nice little glass. Alright, go ahead and put that aside over here. Alright, so we got some kind of freight car or something here. Oh, another trailer. Southern Pacific. Let's see. I like the colors on that one. Did we get Southern Pacific in the silver box? Let me see. These are the three from the silver box. We did not. So this is different than the three that we got in the other box. That's nice. A little bit of variety. Set that aside over there. What's next here? We get a second glass. Oh, we did. Is this the same glass? Huh. What do you know? That seems odd. We got two glasses. Okay. That I have not seen. I haven't seen anyone else open up two glasses before. What's next here? Okay, so we got some more of these, what are they, the US box cars. This one's a Great Northern. Would you get a Great Northern in the other box? Is it the same running number? Let me check. Okay, it is a different running number, so that's good. Alright, so we got a couple more cars here. Another one, Grand Trunk Western. There's that one. We got a couple of those last time also. Let's see if it's a duplicate running number. Once again, it is a unique running number. So even though I got the other box with the other cars, I've gotten all different. And Atlantic Coastline. Those are, looks like, probably going to be our last car here. So we've got 9 of those now, between this and the other box. And once again, a new running number. So even though we got duplicate road names, at least we got different running numbers, which is nice. What we got down here? There's our sticker, of course. Okay, locomotive. Oh! We got the General Electric 44-tonner. I haven't seen anyone open this. That's cool. The plastic is kind of coming off of it there, but there she is. It is a Boston and Maine in the Minuteman scheme. That's really cool. Yeah, I've seen these on the website, but I haven't seen a single person open one of these in their mystery box. That's really cool. We're going to have to open this up and take a closer look at it. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything except the chocolate buried in the peanuts here somewhere. Alright, that's it. Let's go ahead and clean everything up here. We'll take a little closer look at what we got. And here's a closer look at everything that we got in this box. So we got the 3 freight cars there, which are all the same kind as we got in the silver box, but at least they're all different running numbers. So we got the Atlantic Coastline, the Grand Trunk Western, and the Great Northern car. We got the Southern Pacific trailer car there, which is great. Again, it's a different one than we got in the silver box, which is nice. We got 2 drinking glasses, the sticker and the chocolate, of course, and we got the 44-tonner, which I am super thrilled about. This is not one that I was expecting. Like I said, I haven't seen anyone else open up this one in their platinum boxes, so I'm really excited to open this up and check it out. This is not really something that I had on my list of things that I was looking for, but I'm really happy that we got this. I think it's going to be a perfect addition to my collection. It runs, it's going to run great with these cars. It's just the right era for everything. And something that I've been wanting to work on, not even specifically for YouTube, but just in general, is a series of just very small, like switching layouts as a way of demonstrating just what you can do with a small space. If you're interested in model railroading but don't have, a big room to build a circular layout or something like that, or something more complicated. And obviously everything that I've had up until this point was all modern equipment, 50, 60-foot cars and big diesels, except for my couple of small Harbor Belt NW2s. And I think this guy's actually even smaller than one of those, which is really cool. So this is going to be absolutely perfect for that project. So let's go ahead and unbox the locomotive, take a quick look at it. We'll do a proper review of it at some point in the coming weeks, but for now, let's take a quick look, and we'll wrap this video up with the financial breakdown. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and look at our 44-tonner here in the Boston and Maine, running number 115, with DCC and sound. And just for size comparison, because I haven't actually seen one of these in person, I got my one of my Waller's mainline NW2s in the Indiana Harbor Belt livery. It's my primary HO railroad at the moment. Very nice box, pretty similar to Athearn Genesis, Hornby, a lot of big name companies. Got a very nice looking manual here. Like this is, oh, okay. Well, there's the English version. It's also in French. I thought that looked kind of weird, but yeah. So we have a manual here that comes in both English and French, which is very cool. I do know a little bit of French, but probably not enough to read the book fluently. And a whole bunch of information here, which I'll go ahead and look at on my own here. But it's got instructions on the prototype here, braking period, which is pretty typical. How to hold the locomotive, removing the couplings, removing the body. I guess if you're going to be fitting it with a DCC decoder, which this one already has. And then I'm sure that somewhere in here we're going to have sound functions and all of that as well, which we'll take a closer look at when we do an actual review of the locomotive. But let's go and grab it out of the box and see what it actually looks like. So let's get this foam out of the way here. Oh, there's our first look at it. So we've got some foam in there protecting the handrails. Wow, that thing is so tiny. Alright, first we have an accessories bag here. And what do we have? Are those handrails? What, maybe window shades? I'm not sure what those silver things are. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I hope you can see that. There's a lot of glare here on the bag. Alright, set that aside. Let's go ahead and pull out the locomotive. Oh, more foam packaging on the sides there. It's falling out everywhere. Pick up that other piece in a minute. Alright, here she is. It feels pretty light, but I mean, it's incredibly tiny. Good solid, pretty standard packaging here. This foam out of the way. Wow. Oh wow, those little side skirt things are a little bit fragile there, I think. Rapido is pretty known for their detail, as far as I'm aware. Be very careful taking this foam out. And just look at that. Wow. Absolutely incredible. It's so small. Set her down on the track here. It's just absolutely microscopic compared to the NW2. Slide this forward here. Apologize for the scraping noise, but there, you can get a little better look at that. And then let's take a little closer look at the actual locomotive here. Oh dear, sorry about that. Closer look at the locomotive here. Couplers seem pretty nice. Not a whole lot of range of motion, but they do feel like decent quality. Again, the locomotive doesn't feel like it has that much heft to it, but I mean for the size, it seems moderately heavy. Paintwork seems very nice. Yeah, we'll take a closer look, like I said, when we do a proper review of it, but there is our 44-tonner. Let me wire up the HO layout, which hasn't gotten much use in quite a while because I haven't had the time or the money to finish projects, but we'll see if we can get just a couple shots of it moving back and forth and maybe hear what the sound is like. Alright, we've got our locomotive set up here on the track. We're going to go ahead and plug in the NC controller and power it up for the first time. I'll take a little look at it. Hopefully, I tried to clean the track a little bit because I haven't run anything on the layout here actually in several months, so it hasn't gotten much attention. It's been mostly taking up space as a giant bookshelf and collection for all of my miscellaneous train stuff. So hopefully everything works here all right. All right, looks like we got some lights that came on. The running numbers on the side there. Can you see that on the camera? Those little white number board light things there on the side. That's really cool. Alright, so let's select locomotive number 3, which should be the default address, and we turn the sound on. Is it going to be 8? It is 8. Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty nice. One per bell there. Headlight you can't really see from this angle. We'll take a look at that in a second there. 2 should be our horn, I'm guessing. That sounds pretty nice. Alright, let's go ahead and flip it in reverse. I did unbox the 3 cars that we got in the mystery box here. We'll just see if we can pick those up. It's turning up slowly. Speed step 1 here. And we are moving at speed step 1. This is on DCC, of course. Maybe just a little bit jittery at that speed. That's okay. Hasn't been running yet. Alright, switch to forward direction and head off with those cars. You're at speed 50, step 50 on the controller there out of 128. Alright, one last thing I want to show you guys real quick before we wrap this video up. I did discover that this guy does have a very nice little stay alive capacitor in it, which I figured out when I picked it up to put it on the other end of the train. So let me just demonstrate that for you here. Off the tracks, folks. So that is definitely going to keep it nice and consistent there over, dirty track work and long dead zones and switches. If you don't have electric fog switches. Very nice. I'm very happy with this guy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our final mystery box from Rapido for 2025. And we're going to take a quick look at the financial breakdown of everything that we got in the box, in case you guys are still interested in getting one. I know as the time of this is being posted, I just checked on Rapido's website, and they still had gold boxes and silver boxes in stock. They were sold out of the N scale and out of the platinum ones again, at least on the US site. And then on the Canadian site, they still had platinum and silver boxes in stock, and they were sold out of gold and N scale. I don't know if they're planning on restocking these again, because we are getting very close to Christmas here. These are our Christmas mystery boxes, so like I said, there's a few things left. I don't know if they're going to restock again this year. We'll see. Okay, so how did we do? So the price of this box, the Platinum box, was $299.95 MSRP. Including the shipping and tax, it came out to $322.90. So that is what I actually paid for it. What do we actually get in the box? Something I noticed, actually, thinking about it after I stopped recording, we didn't actually get a hat in this one. We got the 2 drinking glasses, though, which, like I said, I hadn't seen anyone else get. So I'm wondering if they accidentally put in a second cup instead of the hat, which is fine because obviously this is my 3rd box and I already had 2 hats, so I didn't really need a 3rd one. But happier getting the 2nd glass, I think. It's weird also it didn't have the Christmas mystery box sticker on the outside or in the box, so I'm wondering if they just ran out of those. Maybe that's a good sign for sales. Hopefully they will keep this up and do it again next year. I'm already looking forward to getting another one next year. No more this year. Don't have any more space or money for more trains, unfortunately. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. So first I'm going to give you the MSRP breakdown of the cost, and then we'll take a look at the retailers that I mentioned in the previous videos. So the locomotive itself, the 44-tonner with the DCC sound, has an MSRP of $299.95, so the same price as the box, the mystery box itself. So if you were buying just the locomotive, then getting the box was the cost of the locomotive, and then everything else was extra on top of that. So we already did pretty well. I don't know if it's quite as good as the other boxes, but it's pretty close either way. And then MSRP on the 3 double sheath boxcars, they were $54.95 a piece, and the trailer was $29.95. So grand total MSRP for everything in the box, not counting the glasses, the piece of chocolate, and the sticker, was $494.75 with an MSRP of $399.95 for the box. So we did about $100 better than, close to $200 better than the cost of the box itself. Not bad. Now, if we take a look at the retailers, and again, the ones that I usually go to are Lombard Hobbies or Midwest Model Railroad. Those are typically the retailers that I buy from online. And so for the 44-tonner, it was interesting. Midwest actually had the locomotive priced higher than ordering it directly from Rapido at $306.87, and then Lombard had it listed. It wasn't the exact same road number and running number, but the same model with DCC sound. Lombard had theirs listed for $264.99. So if you just want the locomotive and don't want the mystery box or whatever, which again, you're not guaranteed to get this particular locomotive, so Lombard seems like the better choice all around there. And then for the freight cars, interestingly, Midwest in this case was cheaper at $42.13, where Lombard was listed at $45.99, and they only had one particular piece of rolling stock in stock of that style of boxcar. For the trailer, let's see, Rapido's had theirs, like I said, listed for $29.95. Midwest had theirs listed for $25.07. You save a couple bucks there, and Lombard actually didn't have any listed on their website, so they didn't have any available. So that brings our grand total, if you had purchased at the better price from each of those from each of those retailers, not counting shipping, of course, $416.45, which is still more than 100 above the value of the mystery box itself, the cost of the mystery box itself, rather. So we did pretty well. I'm overall pretty happy. Like I said, I was not expecting this locomotive. I've seen a lot of other boxes opened. This is the only box that I have seen the 44 tonner in. I think I might have actually seen someone get one of these in a gold box, now that I'm thinking about it, but I'm not positive. I only saw one gold box opening, and I don't remember for sure if it was this, or if this is, because this was the locomotive pictured on the website listing for the gold box, so I don't remember if I'm mixing those up or not, but either way. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. This is not a locomotive that I was anticipating or that I was even necessarily thinking about getting, but I'm very happy with it. Like I said, it's very tiny. It fits with the era of the rolling stock that I've gotten from other Rapido boxes, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, something that I plan to do, whether it's going to be on YouTube or not, is a series of small layouts. Originally, this was going to be stuff that I would set up and display at the Flagstaff Model Railroad Club when I go up there during the county fair, which we do every year, just to show people who maybe are not model railroaders but have always been interested in the hobby what you can actually do with a very small space. Because obviously most of us don't have room for a giant layout, which is why I'm also dabbling in N scale, even though I generally prefer HO or double O, or ideally even O scale. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Very happy with it. I like the sound. Performed very well. We'll take a closer look at it in a future video and do a proper review on the locomotive. But that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year.